welcome if you're new here for the first time. I'm so happy to meet you. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Today I have a 10-minute body weight, no repeat lunge challenge workout. This is a thorough standalone workout, or if you have a little bit more time and you'd like to tack it on to a little bit longer workout, here is one that I recommend. 10 exercises, 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Perfect for yogis, runners, cyclists, swimmers, people who like to do burpees, and anyone with a body. So basically this workout is for everyone. Friends, you don't need a mat, but I will be using a mat. And if you like to play music while you work out, grab your mat, grab your music, meet me back here, and let's do this. All right, friends, as I mentioned, 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds to transition. We're gonna start with good old-fashioned alternating step back lunges. So feet hip-width distance apart. Take a big step back, come up to stand. So pressing through the front heel, squeezing the front glute and the back glute to lift us. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can bring your hands behind your head, but make sure that you don't open your elbows so wide that your front ribs flare. We want to keep that core engaged. Another option is fingertips overhead. This opens up the hip flexor a little bit in the leg that's stepping back. And speaking of that leg that's stepping back, the knee just hovers above the mat. All right, so now we're just going to step back with the right leg. This left leg is going to stay grounded, right leg is going to step back. I'm going to continue to do the arm raises. You do whatever works for you. So my yogi friends, this is a crescent lunge here. So a step back into a crescent lunge requires balance. Runners, this single side work is so important for us because running is a single side unilateral movement. Everyone else, glute, core strength, balance, quadriceps strength, you name it, we're working it. Okay, so now we're gonna hold a pulse. So I'm gonna step that right leg back and I'm going to keep it back, really working even more into the left side. So squeezing both glutes, but I'm not coming up quite all the way. I'm on those back toes, scissoring the inner thighs. If you're like, what the heck does that mean? It means that we're keeping the fronts of the hips facing forward, but you're imagining that you're pulling that left hip back and bringing the right hip up and forward. So that back knee just hovers above the mat. Whew, this is getting spicy. Make sure both glutes are turned on. If you need to, you can reach back and give them a little pat. Whew, okay, shake those legs out. Now we're gonna ground the right foot and step back with the left. So back and up. You want to think about little headlights on the fronts of your hips. They stay facing forward. Shoulders stay facing forward. Speaking of shoulders, they stay stacked over the hips. And again, if you want to bring the arms up, you can bring the arms up, or you can keep the fingertips behind the ears. Lots of core engagement. Well, what does that mean? Imagine that you fill your belly up with air as you take an inhale, And as you exhale, you let the air out. Trying to let all the air out, squeezing all the air out. Pull the belly button back, in and up. It's a lot different than sucking in your stomach. I'm not sucking in my stomach. I'm using my abs to pull that belly button back, in and up. All right, now those pulse holds. So step back with the left foot. Both buns are squeezed. You're squeezing them. They don't just naturally squeeze. You have to do the work in order to work. I can feel this in my front quad. I can feel it even in the back of my front leg. And again, fingertips can be up. Woo! I figured 10-minute workouts would be good for this week between Christmas and New Year. All right, now we're going to be moving laterally. So yogi friends, think Skandasana prep here, lateral lunges. First, we're going to plant the feet, all 10 toes facing forward, coming into skater lunges, just alternating the side. So lateral lunges are really good for us. They work basically the entire lower body, and they stretch the inner thigh and the hamstring as well as strengthen it. And laterally, moving laterally, is an important plane of motion that sometimes we overlook. A lot of us squat, lunge, run, cycle, even things like bicep curls all happen in a forward and backward motion. So incorporating lateral movement and twisting is really important. Okay, we're going to step out with the right leg and then step back to center. So imagine that there's a string lifting your chest and that someone's pulling your hips back. So it's like a squat and a hinge combination in that right hip and knee. So if you think hinge like a deadlift, the motion starts at the hips versus a squat, which is bending the knees. Well, this is kind of best of both worlds. And we're squinging. 5 more seconds. Okay, so now I'm going to take a big step out with that right leg, and I'm just going to pulse into that single side squat, or lunge. All 10 toes facing forward. Gaze forward, so like if we were facing each other, we would be smiling at each other. This is also really good for ankle flexibility, which is important for runners and swimmers and people looking to improve their squat depth, and everyone. So squeezing that right butt cheek as we pulse, raise a little bit, and then lower. So if you were to come into full Skandasana right now, you'd drop the right hip, right butt cheek to the right heel, and then lift the left toes. All right, we're going to step out to the left and step back in. And cyclists and runners and swimmers, you might be thinking, but I don't move laterally. No, but these are stabilizer muscles that support all of those other important muscle groups that keep us moving forward. Very functional training, because in real life, you know, sometimes you step out to the side to pick something up, or you have to scoot by something laterally, sideways. So you can even think about it as training for life. All right, now we're going to take that step out, and this will be our final exercise. Hard to believe. Big step out, hinging at the left hip, bending at the left knee, and pulsing. Squeezing that glute, pressing into the heel, and then pressing into the pinky edge of that other foot. So this is also, if you do Cossack squats, you would lift the toes, which is also an option. But here, I have the foot planted, working on that plantar flexion of the foot. If you want to investigate that a little bit more, you can investigate that. But ankle mobility plays a key component in that. Whoo, my left bun is on fire. All right. Okay, friends, so remember, if you want to tack this on to the beginning or the end of another workout, I linked a workout at the beginning. I also linked it down in the description below. And then here is another playlist of body weight workouts that you can do this week when you might have kids home, might have family visiting, that don't take very long, but keep you on track. Remember, friends, consistency is the key. I will see you back here on Wednesday for a 10-minute squat challenge workout, no repeat, all body weight. Take good care. See you soon.